Starting from the entrance to the car park behind the library, we're going to head towards the multi-use games area, the area that looks like a basketball court or a football court, a football pitch. Head towards that, just starting off at a nice easy pace. On a scale of effort between 1 and 10, we want to be around a 3. That's where 1 is no effort at all, and 10 is where you're given maximum effort. So we want to be about a 3 for this warm-up. As you come up to the games area, you'll see that the path splits off along the side of it. So we're going to take that path. So we're going to take the fork in the road off to our right-hand side. You'll see that there are many paths that we can take here, but we're going to use this to get a few pulse-raising opportunities in. So as you round the path, you'll come up to the first forked junction. We're going to stay curving round to the left. The games area is still on your left-hand side. And carrying on, follow the path. You'll see up ahead there's another forked junction, and we are again going to stay to the left. Now, this is a really short walk, but just because it's short doesn't mean it can't be intense, it doesn't mean it can't be a good fitness activity. It really depends what you want to get from your walk and how much effort you put into it. But for the moment, let's just stay with that warm-up pace. Still round about a 3. And let's take this time just to check in with the posture. So we want the crown of the head pulled up towards the sky, keeping the spine nice and tall, keeping plenty of space through the ribs. We want to set the shoulders round back and down. So we set the shoulder blades against the rib cage, thumbs will face forwards, and your arms will be swinging freely by your sides back and forth. Having a think about your feet, you want to make sure that you've got a nice heel strike with a roll through and a push off the toes, and we can chat a bit more about that shortly. For now, carrying on along the path, just picking up the play area now on your left hand side. Now, as you look further down along the path, you'll see that the junctions, the path starts to split off. So we've got another forked junction coming up on the left, but we want to keep to the right. Very slightly going down a slope now, and any time we go down a slope, we just want to be mindful that the weight is in our heels, the crown is still pulled up towards the sky, and that our knees are soft. Carrying on past any junctions, and you'll see on your left that there's a stone circle, and there's a junction opposite that stone circle on the right, and we are going to take that. So carrying on along until you come to that junction, the junction opposite the stone circle. Still just at that 3 on that scale of intensity. Checking in with the core, gently pull your belly button towards your spine, just to engage the core muscles. And at the junction opposite the stone circle, we're going to turn to the right. Now we're going uphill. So now what we're looking to do is we're looking to still pull the crown of the head up towards the sky. We want to keep the core engaged, and we want to focus more on that strike of the heel and the roll through the foot with the push off the toe. Now I'm going to encourage you to pick your intensity up, and we want to maybe aim to get around about a 6 on that scale of intensity. So I want you really driving yourself through your toes, pushing off the toes. Get the hip into extension, that means the legs coming behind the body. And as that hip comes into extension, we should be feeling a squeeze of the glute muscles as we start to propel ourselves forward. We also might start to feel the calf muscles contract as we push off through those toes. Don't be afraid to let your heart rate come up. let's get to the point where you are getting slightly out of breath and maybe finding it a bit more challenging to carry out a conversation. Great, keep going. Just bring that heart rate up enough that you're feeling it. Now we're going to come to a small wee crossroads, just very small crossroads. We're going to turn to the right. You'll see that the path on the left, it can go into the housing estate. We don't want to take that one, we want to go to the right, and we're going to carry on along the flat. And this is a chance to catch your breath, bring your heart rate back down. You can slow it down, trying to get back down to that 3 or maybe a 4, and just use that as your recovery. Now, the fitter you get, the quicker you'll recover. So the recovery time will increase the more you do this. Great, just let that heart rate come down. Let's take some nice easy breaths. In through the nose, filling your lungs, breathing deep down into your stomach, a really full breath, and then slowly, if you can, through the nose, big exhale and fully breathe all that air out, ready for the next full breath of clean air. Just take a few of those big deep breaths, in through the nose if you can, deeply and fully, and then out through the nose. And if you can't manage the nose on the out breath, then out through the mouth. Slowing your breathing and recovering. As we're walking along this flat section, you see the houses to the left, a library down beyond the games area on your right, and you see there's plenty of seating on this walk, so do feel free at any point to take a seat, pause the audio, come back when you're ready. Well done. It's a great short walk. A couple of inclines, a couple of pulse raisers, gentle pulse raisers, just to get you walking a bit fitter, increasing your fitness, ready to take it to the next level. Do this walk as many times as you need to increase your fitness. As we come up to the junction, we're going to turn down to the right, which will start to take us back in the direction of the games area. And it'll start to take us downhill. So, as you know, when we're going downhill, this is quite a steep slope. So really do sit back into those heels, slow it right down. Make sure that you're pulling that crown of the head up towards the sky. We don't want to lean forward at the hip anytime we're going downhill, because that just creates a bit of momentum that we don't want. It can just put us off balance, it can just make us a bit unstable. So that's why we want to sit back into the heels. If you've got any knee pain, you may find that hills aren't your friend at the moment, in which case you might want to check out one of my other walks, which is one of my other short walks, which are on flat surfaces. There are a few of them, so check them out. As you come to the junction, we're going to turn to the left. The games area now on our right hand side, and we're heading back towards the library. Well done, keep going. Still breathing, still recovering. So we've only got one interval in that walk. But if you wanted to, you could do this walk as many times as you like. So if you did want to make this slightly more intense, you could do circuits here. You could do another 1, another 2, you could do 5. It's a short walk. You can make it as long as you like by doing as many different circuits as you want to. So if you've done one and you feel that's just not quite enough, try another one and maybe that will be enough. If not, maybe you need to do another few. Taking that hill with some intensity, trying to get that heart rate up to that 6 on that scale of effort. So thank you for joining me on this walk. I do hope you've enjoyed it, and I do hope that you'll come back and join me again on one of my other walks.